Hello students, in this class of ours we are going to study how the metals are to be extracted. Right at outset let me define what is extraction of metal. Extraction of metal means obtaining a metal from its ore. We have studied what are the ores, what are minerals and all that in previous classes. So here very frequently used term and it is most frequently asked in exam, what is metallurgy? So metallurgy is sum total of all the processes that are involved in extraction of a metal from its ore and refining it. See, if I get a ore, the concentration of ore or enrichment of ore has to be done. That is the first step that we follow while extracting a metal from its ore. This means only this: if I have an ore and where the metal is this much and these are the impurities. There are numerous ways of enriching or concentration. One of the methods is hydraulic washing. Let me say by hydraulic washing I am able to change this ore in this format. And now only this much of impurity is left. Some part of impurity could be washed away and now I could not increase the amount of metal that was present in the ore, but some amount of impurity has been reduced, so I can say now in this particular collection of my ore I have enriched the metal. Here the quantity of impurity is reduced in comparison with the original condition that was existing. So we say metal is enriched, and trust me that metal in no way can be increased like this. Only thing impurity has been reduced, so say metal stands concentrated or enriched. Having done that, now we will convert into metal ore into its oxide. From metal oxide it is very easy to obtain a metal rather than say as zinc carbonate you have. Obtaining a metal from zinc carbonate is not that easy. First we will make zinc oxide and then we will obtain the metal. That is why we will convert them into oxides. Then oxides from metal oxides will be reduced to metals. And finally we will do refining. So these four steps we have done followed in obtaining a metal from its ore. And finally we have done the refining also. So we say that metallurgy. Metallurgy means sum total of all these processes which are involved in extraction of a metal from its ore and refining. That was all about metallurgy. And please do remember, these are the steps we usually follow for extraction of a metal from its ore. Not in every case these steps are followed. For example, somebody could argue you how to obtain NaCl. See, sodium chloride, we want to obtain sodium from sodium chloride, then we have to do electrolytic refining or electrolytic reduction we have to do, and in that process sodium chloride is never converted into its oxide. So these four steps are not applicable for everything, but they are usually applicable. So having talked about this, now we will talk what procedure to follow for refining a metal. See, the procedure that we follow for refining a metal undoubtedly depends on the reactivity of metal. What metal you want to refine. Say this is platinum, this is Au, this is Ag, this is Hg, this is Cu, and this is S2, this is hydrogen, and in fact it has found a place in the reactivity series of metals because like metals it also forms electropositive ion. This is Sn, Fe, Zn, aluminum, magnesium, calcium and sodium. Up to here these are highly reactive metals. Highly reactive, these are moderately reactive, and these are least reactive are at the bottom, let me say this, and these are also less reactive metals. Now what procedure you will apply, that we will see. On moderately reactive metals we will be converting using the method of calcination and roasting. For obtaining these metals we are lying at the bottom most of the reactivity series. We will be using heat alone, a method by heat alone we will be able to obtain the metal, and here we will be using electrolytic decomposition. So we will take two examples. Let us say NaCl first, and if I want to obtain Na from NaCl, I see this is sodium is highly reactive metal. That means these procedures, calcination, roasting and heat alone cannot be done. What we have to apply is electrolysis or electrolytic reduction. So to do that, what we should do is we can reduce sodium chloride into ions or break down this into ions by two methods. One is by dissolving into water, another is by melting it, by heating it and then taken into molten state. See, never use sodium chloride in aqueous solution or say aluminum oxide, that shortly we will see. If you want to obtain aluminum from aluminum oxide, never dissolve them into water and then do the electrolysis, because if you dissolve them into water and then do the electrolysis, then you will get metal hydroxide, not metal. If I dissolve water, sodium chloride into water and then I do the electrolysis, so earlier I had sodium chloride, now I will have sodium hydroxide, not sodium. So please do remember, this is very important, that these here it is aluminum oxide and here it is sodium chloride. Whenever we want to do the electrolysis, we need to take them in molten state. Then only we will be able to get metal. So having done that, let me say this is a cell or battery and this is negative electrode, which is undoubtedly cathode. This is anode, positive electrode, and now on melting NaCl, if I say okay, I have applied heat, this will become Na plus and Cl minus will break down into these ions. And to keep it simple, I am not balancing the equation. See, here we are not studying balancing of equation. Our purpose is to understand what is the chemistry behind the extraction of metal. So there I have sodium atom, and at cathode, the reaction that will take place is sodium Na plus, this is plus positive ion, electropositive ion, this will undoubtedly be attracted by the negative cathode. Cathode is negative only, the negative electrode I should say, or cathode. And cathode is having plenty of electrons, this is having one deficiency of electrons, and this will get one, and it will become sodium atom. This is now atom of sodium and it will stick with the cathode. So always metal is obtained, any electrolytic reduction, metal is obtained at cathode. And the reason for that is cathode is negative electrode and metals are able to form only positive ions, electropositive ions. So there will be an attraction, force of attraction between the positively charged metal ion and negatively charged cathode. Because of this attraction, the sodium will go closer to the cathode, and once it goes there, that has got plenty of electrons. This has got deficiency of one electron. It will gain one electron and become sodium, and this process is called reduction. If an ion gains an electron, gain of electron is a reduction. And what will happen at anode? At anode we see the Cl minus and it is 1, it is having 1 electron plus. So 1 electron will be taken by the anode and this will become Cl. This is chlorine atom. Chlorine atom along with one more chlorine atom formed in the similar way, it will react and we will have chlorine gas. So chlorine gas will be liberated at anode and sodium will be formed at metal. Any metal that we obtain by electrolysis will be obtained at cathode, and the gases like this will be liberated at anode. Now if we take the case of Al2O3, that is aluminum oxide, and taking into molten state Al2O3, again if I make it like this, positive and negative, this is cathode, this is anode, and if I take Al2O3 and I heat it, then it becomes 2Al3 plus, and plus this will become O2 negative. This is oxygen having 2 electron surplus on gaining 2, and this will become 3. Now rather than doing much of the balancing act, what we will do is 2Al3 plus, it is having 6 electrons deficient. It will be positive ion, this is negative electron, it will attract, it will go there, and it is having less of electrons, and the 6 electrons are deficient, so it will gain 6 electrons and it will become 2 aluminum. Now this has become aluminum metal, atom of metal will get stick here, and like this again we have seen that metal will be obtained at cathode. Now if you see this one, 3O2 minus, this is having 3 to the 6 excess electrons, so it will do 6 electrons and it will become 3O. And if I say, if 3O, another 3O made in similar fashion will make 3O2. So oxygen gas will be liberated at anode, whereas metal will be formed at cathode. That was all about electrolytic uh, reduction or electrolysis by the process that when we obtain a metal by electrolysis. This has to be done. And please do remember metals, these chlorides or oxides of are not to be taken in the aqueous solution. They are to be taken in molten state. Another thing that I would like here to mention is you will frequently come across three terms. One is gangue, 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 or also it is called matrix. SiO2, for example, this is one of them, not all. One. Another one you will find flux, and this also I am taking for an example, CaO. And third thing that you will find is slag, 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 and this slag is nothing but, I must write it like this, SiO2 plus CaO, and this forms CaSiO3, CaSiO3, calcium silicate. This is calcium oxide, this is silicon dioxide, this is silicon is non-metal, oxide of non-metal is acidic, this is oxide of metal basic, neutralization takes place. And what I want to tell you is, for an example we have taken, gangues are impurities and they are non-fusible. Fusible means something which gets converted into liquid on heating. So this is a non-fusible impurity in the hematite ore of iron. We want to obtain iron, this is present. Now what to do? To make SiO2 to react with CaO, that is quick lime calcium oxide, and after having done reaction, this becomes calcium silicate. Calcium silicate is highly fusible or readily fusible. On heating, it will get converted into liquid and will start floating onto the surface of the iron metal. It can easily be removed then. Otherwise, it was not possible for us to remove silicon dioxide. This is called silicon dioxide, silica, or sand. This is not fusible. It does not easily get converted into liquid on heating. But once we make this to react with the flux, it is FLUX flux, that is here CaO. And what flux you will use for what impurity, that by experiment has been found. One example I have given you for, and that was to remember it, this is like this: impurity, flux, slag, or let me write it here: impurity, this is flux, and then what we have is, sorry, this was yes, flux, and this is, I should say, slag. And impurity itself is called matrix or gangue. Gangue or matrix. This is gangue or matrix in case of hematite ore of iron. This is an impurity. If this flux is used with this forms this slag, which is readily fusible and can be removed. It starts floating on the top surface of the iron and we can easily remove it. So that's all in this class.